Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to go over how to format your citations correctly according to APA style for your reference page for whatever paper or project you're working on. So it is going to be according to APA style, but this will work for Chicago, AMA, MLA, anything like that. So what we're first going to do is go to the library homepage, and then we're going to click on this button that says Citation Help. And we're going to click on APA Citation Guide over here on the left. And you can use any of these links to guide you. I personally prefer APA style from the actual APA website itself, but you can use any of these as well. So we're going to click on APA style, and we're just going to leave it here for now. And we're going to cite a journal article, a book, and a website. So first, let's start with the journal article. I already have one picked out, and this is coming from Academic Search Complete in our databases. So the first thing we want to do is come over on the right-hand side under Tools and click where it says Cite. And what this does is it gives you a computer-generated citation. So you can go down to APA 7th edition, which is the latest edition for APA. Again, if you're using a different citation style, you would just go to that one instead. And what we can do is actually just copy it and paste it into our paper. And when we do that, you notice it looks a little weird. It's got this gray background. It's because it copied it exactly how it was. So what we want to do is actually click on this button to paste options and click on merge formatting, and that makes it go back to normal. Okay, so this gets rid of the onerous task of having to type in every letter, key by key, but we do still have to check to make sure this is 100% accurate, because sometimes these computer-generated citations are not 100% accurate, which is where the style guide comes in. So we're actually going to go to the style guide now. And in here we scroll down to reference examples. And this is a journal article coming from a scholarly journal. And so we want journal article reference. And I believe this one is just a regular journal article. Yeah, so we just want journal article. It doesn't have an article number. It's not missing information or anything like that, so we can just click journal article. And then what I like to do personally is just kind of figure out how it's supposed to look by looking at the example, because I'm visual like that, but you also have instructions here on how you're supposed to put together the citation. So we can see that there are some various elements, right? We have the author's names, the year, the title of the article, the title of the journal itself, the volume, the issue number, page numbers, and then the DOI. Some articles will have a DOI, some will not. If they do, you just add it at the end, and if they don't, then you don't. Ours does have a DOI, so we're going to add it. Okay, so now let's check to make sure that our citation looks like that. So the last name needs to be first, and then the first initial. And that looks to be the case for all of these. And then we want the year in parentheses. Okay, we have that. And the title. And the title's, it looks different, right? Because the first word is capitalized. United States is capitalized. A is capitalized. But that's it. So what's going on with that? Well, according to the APA style guideline, what you have to do is only capitalize the first word in the title, the first word in a subtitle, and any proper nouns. And so proper nouns are like places, people's names, things like that. So United States is a proper noun, so we do capitalize it. So let's see how that compares to our example. It actually looks good except for one thing. This A needs to be capitalized, right? Because it's the first letter in the subtitle. And then the journal, the title of the journal is italicized, as is the volume. The issue number is not, and it's in parentheses. We'll go back and double check if that's correct. Yep, italicized, that's italicized. Issue is not, it's in parentheses. So then we just need page number and DOI. Page number and DOI, that's it. So that's all done. And we can actually just hit Control T, and that will format it correctly. Perfect. And now we can move on to the book. Okay, so first we're going to go to our book. So we have this book here, From Bacteria to Bach and Back, The Evolution of Minds, which I just found in the catalog. And so what we can do again is click the automatic citation button. Excuse me. We can copy that and then put that in our reference page. And same thing, merge formatting. And I'm just going to double check to make sure these are the same font styles. Looks like they are. Okay. All right, so now let's check and see what a book is supposed to look like. So we can come back to our APA website. And we want book and reference works. It's a book, so we want this one. And it looks like it's a whole authored book, meaning there was only one author who wrote it. This D.C. Dennett, who I guess also goes by Daniel Clement. If it were a book that had different chapters, and each chapter had a different author, that would be like an edited book. Some books might be volumes of a multi-volume work. In this case, it's not any of those. It's just a whole authored book. So we can click on that and do the same thing. So what do we have? The author, the year, the title of the book, the edition, the publisher, and then the DOI. So let's see if we have all those. We have the author, the year, the title, and the publisher. And there's no DOI, so we don't add a DOI. So that's perfect. So we have everything we need. Now again, we just have to make sure that it is formatted correctly. So it's the same thing with the articles. In APA, you don't capitalize most of the words, right? Just the first word in the subtitle, and any proper nouns. So let's see how that our book looks. So this is a proper noun because it's a person's name. He's a classical composer. We can move this over here, and then we have to capitalize this. I'm actually going to change this just to look more like the actual citation in here. And then we have the publisher, and that's it, and we're done. Okay. And now we are going to do a website. So I already have that one picked out as well. So it's coming from Smithsonian. So let's go back to the APA style and find websites. Here we go. So it's a web page on a website, right? Because this is a web page on this website. So we can click on that. Let's find out which one of these it is. I think it's a web page on a website with an individual author, because yes, so we have an individual author, so that's what this one's going to be. Web page on a website with an individual author. So we'll click on that, and then we'll just follow along. So the thing with the websites, though, is they don't have the automatic citation buttons, so you actually do have to put the citation together manually. So let's see what kind of information we need. The author, last name, first initial, the date. It looks like if we have the whole, all the information regarding the date, including the month and the day, then we put that in there with the year first, and then the month, and then the day. The title, again, is going to be italicized. That's the title of the article or the web page. We have the website itself, and then the URL. Okay, so we can just put that together. So let's start with the author, which is Emily Frost. And you guys already know how we're supposed to do that. Frost, comma, E, period. Okay, next we have the date. So this is going to be 2023, comma, August 8th. Right, because that's how it looks in here. And then we have the title, and it's italicized. So warming waters lead to overtaxed corals and increased bleaching events. Oops, what was it called? Overtaxed corals and increased bleaching events. And we have to italicize that. And remember, just warming is going to be capitalized. All right, and then what was next? The website itself, right? And so it's Smithsonian, so we're going to put that. And then I believe the last thing was the URL. So that's easy. We can just copy that. Put that in there. And that's it. So we're almost done, right? There's still one thing missing that we have to do. And that is put these in order. And there's a very easy way to do that. If we highlight everything and then just come up here and click on this AZ button with the arrow pointing down, and it'll sort it alphabetically. Hit OK. And there we go. And that's it. We're all done. We just put together references for a journal article, a book, and a website. So I hope that was helpful.